as much as we do on-course coaching, and a lot of the videos we're talking about not using the sand wedge around the greens and using bump and run shots and the percentage play, there's obviously a lot of scenarios when you go play where that's not possible to chip a 9-iron or a 7-iron, and you have to use your sand wedge, and you should use your sand wedge, and you need to get skilled at it. I think a lot of the content we're producing is going talking about using the bump and run because no one ever does it, but you still have to use your sand wedge a lot and get good at that, right? So it's not a blanket bump and run all the time. Now, some scenarios where you do need to use your sand wedge, and you should. We have 2 of them here in front of us. Now, in a general sense, how I'll make this kind of easy with the decision making for newer golfers and higher handicap is just you look at the ratio of fairway or rough that you have to cover relative to green. Okay, so we have a kind of ridiculous short-sided pin here. I have a lot of fairway to cover here, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paces of fairway and only 2 paces of green. So 3 times as much fairway as green. I'm not going to bump and run this. I could bump and run this, but I'm going to play a sand wedge shot because it's less predictable how it's going to go through that rough, and I don't have a lot of green to work with. Now, handicap level or experience level or skill has part to do with this. To me, if you're someone who breaks 80 all the time or you shoot par or better, you can use sand wedge whenever you want from anywhere. So you have freedom with that if you have the skill to do it. If you're trying to break 80, you shoot in the 80s, if you shoot 80s or above, 90, 100, 110, 120, then you should be bumping and running every time possible, right? When I say, hey, if you can putt, if you're not shooting below 80, then you freaking putt all the time and then bump and run. Okay, so if I'm trying to break 100, I'm bumping and running this shot. I'm not going to probably hit it to a foot. I'm probably going to hit it 10 or 15 feet past the hole, and then I'm out of there, but I'm not going to make something goofy. So this is number 1 scenario. When I have more fairway to cover with than green, and I need the ball to stop quick, and if I'm trying to get up and down, sand wedge or 60 degree. And then the same scenario could hold true for this medium hole I have. Now, I probably have an equal amount here of fairway to green. So I'm just going to guesstimate I have 6 or 7 paces to the front and probably 7 or 8 paces to the pin. Could I bump and run a 9-iron, 7-iron, 5-iron, or putt this and get it on the green and 2-putt? Absolutely. If I'm trying to break 100, could I do that? I sure could. If I'm trying to chip it really close to the hole and get up and down at a higher skill level, I'm probably using sand wedge for this. So as a loose rule, if you have more green than fairway or rough to cover, more green than what you need to fly, look at doing something that rolls more bump and run. If you have more fairway or rough to cover than you have green, then you look at sand wedge. And really get good at hitting both of them. Like, know how to do all of them. You want to be able to use a sand wedge 9-iron or 7-iron or putter from here, and depending upon your skill level and your goals, be able to do all of them. But sand wedge, when you need to fly the ball and you have less green to work with, is a good general safe rule.